just by the looks of it, could be the Notre Dame, or is it the Blue Chip?
I believe that is a blue chip. Check.
The sounds of yesterday from my era, when the open cockpit, round nose, pickle forks, whatever it was, with those Allisons and Rolls-Royce Merlin engines roaring. Next boat out on the course is the Miss Bardall. I believe it would be the 59 if I am correct.
That is correct.
And following, okay, going up the back chute there, that is the Blue Chip, and just coming out onto the course now is the Notre Dame, followed by the Miss Thriftway. And the last one out of the pits is the Miss Wahoo. And who is the driver for the Wahoo? Is that Dave Williams, or is it somebody else that they got in there from out of the museum?
I believe that is David Williams.
And of course, we know who's in the Blue Chip. It is the ever popular Mitch Evans from that duel of Mitch and Mark Evans from out of Lake Chelan.
Now, are they going to be racing these boats at full song this afternoon, or are they?
That's the mystery. And watch David Williams take the Miss Wahoo. He's got her actually running pretty good for the first time in a long time here in Tri-Cities.
Yes, I believe the last time that boat ran a full race was, what, like 3, 4, 5 years ago?
Something like that. And of course, it's just beautiful just to watch them. For a lot of you who weren't in that era like I was, it was a sight to be seen as they were racing on this course here in Columbia, on the Columbia River. And of course, just to remind everybody, this year marks the 60th anniversary of fun, thrills, spills, and chills on the Columbia River for the Gold Cup this year.
5 wide and handsome right now. Get out those cameras. It's a perfect photo opportunity right now. 5 Vintage Unlimited hydroplane race boats screaming down the Columbia River.
Like I said, it's just a thing of beauty watching these things go by. It takes a lot of people that were in that era back down memory lane. And for a lot of you who don't know, the vintage part of APBA is one of the fastest growing classes still to this day. And of course, now as they go down into corner number 1, it looks like the Miss Thriftway taking them through there, followed by the Miss Bardall with, it looks like the Wahoo on the inside, but the Notre Dame is kind of on the outside there in lane number 4, or is it number 3? I'm not really sure. And of course, you can see the Blue Chip in the last part, or the last place position there. And as they come out of corner 4, they are just coming 5 abreast.
So they're screaming down the backstretch on the Columbia River.
And in some cases, what a lot of people don't know is the 60th year can actually be considered a diamond anniversary. It's just depending on, you know, what the culture is.
How many of these boats are a full wooden hull?
Oh, all of them would have to be made out of wood. And then, of course, on the bottom, of course, I'm pretty sure they got like aluminum on there where they seal them up. And, of course, they have the sponsons, which are open, which they would be known as a wet sponson versus the dry where everything's kind of closed up.
As they come up out of the corner number 3, we got, is that the Wahoo on the inside, or is that
Wahoo on the inside, Notre Dame on the outside. As they're hitting the apex of the turn, it's the Wahoo on the inside with, I can't really tell in the look in the sunlight there, but I believe that might be the Thriftway, or is that the Wahoo? Wahoo's on the inside, we do know that.
Yes. So the Thriftway
yes, it is Thriftway in lane number 2. No, he's in lane number 3, excuse me. It would be the Notre Dame in lane number 2. Blue Chip in number 4. Nope, reverse that. That's Blue Chip on lane number 2. Excuse me.
Now, how fast do these vintage unlimited hydroplanes go, for those who don't know?
Oh, I think they probably go no more than about 130 miles an hour down the straights because they are limited to a certain amount of speed that they can go for insurance purposes.
But if it weren't for the insurance purposes, how fast could they
They
go?
would probably be going pretty close to the same speeds we see today if they were going at full throttle. Talked with some of the drivers from that era. They said they were doing about 160 to 170 down the straights. A couple years back before he passed away, the last year that I can recall, when I talked with Billy Shoemaker, he was telling me when he raced the Bardol back in Detroit for the Gold Cup, he was doing about 170 to 180 when he took the checkerboard Comet down the straights in Detroit.
Oh, that is crazy fast for these open cockpit unlimited hydroplanes.
And of course, one of the other facts that a lot of people didn't know is that the unlimited hydroplane drivers were the second highest insurance risk next to an astronaut back in that day. It's still David Williams in the Miss Wahoo on the inside.
And that's Mitch Evans creeping up in his rooster tail.
Yep, and on lane number 3, or excuse me, lane number 4, it's the Notre Dame. And bringing up the back of the field is the Miss Thriftway.
And did we end up losing one of them on the course?
I believe Bardol's heading out there in somebody's rooster tail. Let's see as they come through the apex of the turn what we got. Thriftway looks like he slowed down a little bit, but the Wahoo is on the inside. There's the Miss Bardol. He's out in lane number 5.
And as they come down this front straightaway, folks, let's get those cameras out and let's get a good solid picture of these boats as they come down here and give us all a little wave.
Looks like David Williams is getting on the gas a little bit, and the Bardol seems to be getting on it as they kind of dance a little bit, rocking from sponsor to sponsor. Listen to these boats as they go by. Can you imagine back in the earlier days when these guys raced before the turbines, what these motors all sounded like when they were at full capacity, when they were coming down the straights for a start of a race? It was pure excitement.
Chills.
Yeah, there was a lot of chills. Thankfully, there wasn't a lot of spills back in that time, and if it did happen, if a driver was pitched out into the water, there was an immediate red flag and flares going up into the air, and they were to return to the pits or they would shut down. And of course, during that time, though, they were actually required to wear a fluorescent orange or red helmet. And of course, a lot of the drivers back at that time wore boots, which there was a life jacket designed to kind of help the drivers stay propped up. But they felt that the boots, if they were a little bit heavier, they would keep the driver to where the feet would go down and the top part of the body would stay up.
All right, as we come down the back straightaway here, we got the Bardol pouring on the nitro there. We got the Notre Dame in second, Wahoo in third. We got the Bardol in fourth and the Thriftway in the bringing up the rear. Coming into the entrance pin of turn number 3, we got the Wahoo on the inside, Blue Chip in lane 2.
Of course, as they kind of slowly creep their way into the apex of the turn, they're just giving us nothing but great shots for your camera if you want to take those photos. David Williams still holds the inside lane with the Miss Wahoo.
Looks like we're going to have a drag race coming down here to the start-finish line.
And look at that on the outside. It's the Notre Dame starting to kick up a little bit of steam along with the Miss Bardol.
Pouring on the nitrous there. Coming to get the checkered flag. It looks like...
As they're starting to go down for a drag race, here they come. It's 4 of them coming at it.
And it looks like it's going to be the Miss Wahoo in
Miss
first.
Wahoo, yep. Miss Wahoo first.
Blue Chip second. Notre Dame third.
And something evidently happened to the Miss Thriftway because she is just chugging along, barely keeping herself going. But now as they're getting ready to return to the pits, and they kind of gave the fans a little bit of excitement here that we're here today. And just for all those who are listening, they got to remember that we are the Unlimited Radio Network, and we are partnering this weekend with the V Foundation for Cancer Awareness, where 100% of your donation goes towards cancer research. And remember their motto, don't give up, don't ever give up. And plus, visit v.org if you want to